Sometimes poverty doesn't just empty a man's pockets, it burns away his hopes too. And in this story, a farmer fights his last night between cold, hunger, and debt. This is not a story of choosing a path, but of being trapped by helplessness. In a small village lived a poor farmer. His name was Raghav. He entered the house and said to his wife in a tired voice, "The moneylender came. He's saying give the money today itself. He'll insult us." His wife Seema was cooking on the chulha. Without turning back, she said, "But we have only 3 rupees left. If we give that, where will we get a blanket from? How will you sleep in the fields on this freezing night?" Raghav stood silently. He knew a night in the fields without a blanket is a punishment. But the moneylender wouldn't listen. Raghav spoke softly. "Give the money. Somehow I'll save my neck from this debt. I'll think of something else for the blanket." Seema turned angrily. "You've thought enough. Work yourself to death in the fields, and even as the crop sells, all the money goes into debt. What kind of farming is this?" But her voice carried more concern than anger. In the end, she hesitantly placed those 3 rupees in Raghav's hand. Raghav walked out with the money, as if he was handing over his own heart. He had saved those coins for months, and now they were gone in a second. The scene shifts a little later. That night of pus, when the wind stabbed like knives, Raghav lay on a cot under a roof of oak leaves at the edge of the field. A torn old sheet, and beside him his friend, his dog Moti. Moti whimpered from the cold. Neither of them could sleep. Shivering, Raghav said, "Why did you come, Moti? Told you to stay home. Now suffer the cold. What can I do?" Moti only looked at him and wagged his tail. Raghav patted him. "Don't come from tomorrow. These cold winds will kill you." Raghav smoked one chilam after another, mocking the cold and his fate. "We do the labor, and someone else gets the comfort. That's the math of life." Moti understood his words. He rested his head on Raghav's knees. His warm breath brought a little relief to Raghav's face. The cold kept increasing. Finally, Raghav got up. "Come on, Moti. Let's go to the orchard and burn leaves. Otherwise, we'll freeze here." Both walked into the dark orchard. They gathered leaves and lit a fire. The flames rose, cutting the wind, as if declaring a war against the cold. Sitting by the fire, Raghav said, "Now the cold won't bother. Look, Moti, even we can win." In the light of the flames, he looked brave, as if laughing at his own misfortune. Then they played, jumping over the fire. The cold slowly turned into warmth. But then, Moti suddenly barked and ran toward the field. Raghav heard it. A herd of animals had entered the crop. Animals were grazing the field. Raghav's heart sank, but he didn't move. The warmth of the fire, his tired body, held him there. With Moti there, nothing will happen. He'll chase them away. But Moti kept barking. The animals kept ruining the crop. And Raghav kept warming his hands over the fire. Eventually, he fell asleep there. Morning came. Seema reached the field and screamed, "The whole field is ruined. Everything is finished." Raghav said only one thing, "I barely survived the night." Both reached the field. The crop was gone, and Moti lay on a mound of soil, as if he had fought all night till he collapsed. Seema was heartbroken. But surprisingly, Raghav's face held a strange calm. "At least tonight I won't have to sleep in the fields." Seema said, "We'll do labor work, but not this farming." Raghav said softly, "I'm a farmer's son. If I leave farming, what will be left? No, I won't work as a laborer." He lifted Moti and said, "Come, Moti, let's go home." And the story ends there, in silence. This is not just a story of winter. It is a life burnt on the fire of helplessness, where a man loses the night and loses his life too, but still never lets go of hope.